Hello everyone, in this video I wanted to explain a little bit about our incentives, and while when you watch the video the incentives may be different, or the amounts or the time periods, the requirements, the minor details might be a little bit different, I wanted to just explain what the overall concept of our core incentives are. So I'll start with this one, the $100 onboarding bonus. Now it says that the requirement is 80 hours worked in the first 14 days to qualify, which is a minimum of about 2 weeks of full-time work, and it says that the $100 bonus is meant to reimburse any initial expenses that you may have incurred during the onboarding process, like certification costs and phone lines. So those of you who have already made it this far into the process already know that you are an independent contractor, and as an independent contractor you are responsible for paying for certain things like your equipment, right? Or paying for any training like you would for any other job that requires a certification. You have to have the certification before you go and get the job. So that part's a given. But we also understand that you may be tight on money because you're looking for a job, right? So those of you who actually go through, you complete the training, you actually start working, and you successfully do your first 2 weeks, we want to make sure that you have at least something back. And so that's what this $100 onboarding bonus is. It is effectively meant to nullify any of the minor expenses that you may have in the starting process. For example, if I look at one of these job openings down here, you might see that the certification cost for, let's say QuickBooks, that certification course cost is $49. Well, this $100 onboarding bonus is meant to offset that for you. So while we cannot directly pay for your training, we can offset that with incentives for people who make it this far into the process. Now, the next big incentive is the $500 training reimbursement, okay? And so this is another example of something that we are able to give back for those of you who actually are doing the work and have actually gotten started. Now, generally speaking, training is unpaid, and that training is for, tends to be 4 to 6 weeks, just depending on what the job is. All of these are 4-week trainings, but that can be 4 to 6 weeks, and again, that is unpaid. So, as a way to give back, again, to help you guys have some extra money in your pockets and offset any costs that you may have incurred in getting started with us, we do offer a training reimbursement. Now, that training reimbursement has a minimum requirement of 160 hours, meaning that you've basically worked 1 full month, right? So 40 hours a week times 4 weeks, 160 hours. Easy, right? And that is paying $7.25 per hour. Now, on average, you're going to be doing about 4 hours a day of training, and that's going to be for an average of about 5 weeks. 5 days, and an average of about 4 weeks. So on average, it should total somewhere around 80 hours worth of training, which should give you about $580 back. But again, this is just an incentive to help people and reward people who have actually gone through the process, finished everything that they're supposed to finish, and have started working. Now, the next big thing is the automatic raise, right? The automatic $1 per hour raise. So what is that? Well, this is again something that comes after your first month, and it's something you don't even have to ask for. We just give it to you. Basically, everyone who has worked their first 160 hours, and they've done so within their first 60 days or so, they qualify for that $1 raise there. Now, again, if we're looking at these positions, and let's say that QuickBooks starts at $11 an hour, right, in this case, then that means that after your first month, you'd be getting paid $12 an hour going forward, right? And that's, again, automatic, not something that you have to ask for. It's just our way of incentivizing and rewarding the people who have made it through their first month. And then finally, we have the $250 bill pay bonus entry. Now, what this is basically for anyone who's been with us for at least 2 months, okay, and they're working full-time consistently for about 2 months, and this gives you an opportunity to have any one of your bills paid for up to $250. For example, let's say that you have an electric bill, right? And that electric bill is, we'll say, $175. Well, you send us a copy of that bill, we will get you the $175 to pay for it. Or let's say that your kid's daycare is a $350 bill, okay? For whatever reason, I know this is a work from home position, but maybe you still need daycare. It's a $350 bill. Well, you send us a copy of that bill, we will pay up to $250 of it, right? So this is an opportunity to have any one of your bills paid, and this is something that we do every single month. We choose one person from amongst our team to get that paid. Now, over time, we will expand this. We will expand how much we are paying for people, so we do have plans to make that for $500 per bill. And we're also planning to do, instead of one person per month, we're actually planning to do one person per week, right? So each week you'll have a new opportunity to have your bills paid. All you've got to do is, number one, have the qualifying requirement, okay? And then number two, we'll provide you with a form that you can use to just upload your bill, and we will select everyone at the interval for getting that paid. So that's just a very quick overview of what the current incentives are, and just keep in mind, all of these incentives are really meant to just reward the people, again, who have made it through the process and worked their first 2 weeks to a month of the job, and just really encouraging you guys to keep moving forward. If you guys have any questions, feel free to make sure that on the Getting Started page, you simply click on the Help Me button right here. That will bring you down to the bottom of the page here, and you can always book a one-on-one meeting with someone on our team to ask questions and just get that one-on-one assistance. Until then, guys, have a wonderful day. Bye.